In the early hours of this Sunday, American forces intensified a campaign of airstrikes against military targets in southern Iran. These bombings, now in their seventh consecutive night, came as a direct response to Friday's Iranian attack, which killed 2 American soldiers at a base in Jordan, left a third missing, and hospitalized 4 other Americans. The incident in Jordan was not an isolated case. In recent days, Iranian attacks against American and Allied positions in the region have shown a greater degree of precision and sophistication than what was seen in earlier phases of the conflict. Ballistic missiles and drones have started using new methodologies and flight paths with course adjustments during flight, which increase their chances of evading defenses, air defenses, and hitting specific targets. These changes in launch patterns do not seem to result only from internal Iranian developments. The observed adjustments indicate that precise data on the locations, routines, and defense systems of American bases may have been provided by an external actor. With this information, the Iranian operators would have been able to recalibrate their attack plans, increasing the lethality and penetration of the defenses. One hypothesis gaining traction here is that Russia may have shared data. On the same Saturday night, Russian forces carried out an intense missile barrage against Kiev in Ukraine, using advanced systems such as the Iskander-M and the Zircon. They managed to break through Ukrainian air defenses and hit several areas of the capital, damaging residential buildings, causing collapses in stations and the subway, and starting fires in multiple parts of the city. The success of this operation demonstrated advanced air defense suppression capabilities, largely against Patriot systems, that could have been adapted or shared to support Iranian actions in the Gulf region. While these questions about external assistance remain under review, the United States responded with great force. The attacks over the past few nights aimed to systematically degrade Iran's ability to restrict traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a route responsible for about 20% of the oil traded globally before the start of winter. Targets included surveillance sites, logistical and military infrastructure, underground weapons depots, and maritime capabilities along the southern Iranian coast, especially in the provinces of Hormozgan. Nearby regions such as Sirik, Rajabad, and Kishan Island were hit very hard. A desalination and power generation plant in Hormozgan province may also have been attacked, possibly interrupting the supply of drinking water for about 10,000 people in 20 villages. Another desalination facility on Kishan Island may also have been hit, resulting in significant damage. Tunnels and bridges were hit, including points that are part of the main highway leading to the port, and another strategic facility very close to the Strait of Hormuz. If you want to watch this full video and have access to exclusive content that is not available to the public, become a channel member by simply clicking this join button. U.S. Central Command described these operations as necessary to quickly punish the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and to reduce its ability to threaten the free passage of oil tankers. The attacks were not limited to fixed targets. They aimed to create a cumulative effect, weaken the command, disrupt the supply flow, and limit Iran's maritime options. Since the beginning of the conflict on February 28, when the first American and Israeli attacks hit Iran, American losses have amounted to 16 soldiers killed and more than 430 wounded. The Friday attack in Jordan added 2 dead and 1 missing to that count, in addition to the wounded who received medical treatment. On the Iranian side, just in the last 3 weeks of American bombings, at least 50 people have been killed and more than 500 wounded. In the Erbil region, in northern Iraq, a drone attack wounded 8 members of a dissident Kurdish group. The conflict is not limited to military bases. Iran has now carried out attacks against desalination and oil facilities in Kuwait, causing fires and disruptions in the supply of drinking water that affect a large part of the local population. Sirens and alerts sounded in Bahrain and even in Saudi Arabia. In Jordan, air defenses intercepted Iranian missiles. In Iraq, explosions from defense systems were heard, while drones hit targets in the Kurdish region. The increasing accuracy of Iranian attacks poses additional challenges to American and allied defenses. Systems capable of altering their trajectory in mid-flight complicate interceptions, requiring quicker responses and greater resources. At the same time, the American response demonstrates superior capability for sustained air power projection, with targets chosen to maximize operational impact rather than just inflict isolated damage. These strikes, however, have collateral effects. The destruction of civilian infrastructure, such as desalination plants, raises the humanitarian cost and further impacts infrastructure. The Strait of Hormuz, already partially closed by Iran since the beginning of the war, has recorded the lowest number of crossings in 3 weeks after recent attacks on ships. The impact on the global flow of energy remains a constant concern for governments and markets. The possibility of external assistance to Iranian capabilities, whether from Russia or other actors, adds a broader dimension to the conflict. The timing of the Russian operation against Kiev coincides with a period when the Iranian attacks showed technical refinement. This suggests that tensions in different theaters may be becoming linked, further complicating any containment or negotiation efforts by the United States and Arab actors who are mediating the situation. Become a member to watch this full video and receive exclusive members-only content. Click the Become a Member button here. New developments arise very quickly in the unstable Persian Gulf region. So subscribe here to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos.